So let's kick things off with a look at Nvidia's latest update. They've been showing some pretty impressive numbers, right? Fiscal 2024 had record revenue of 61 billion and the EPS skyrocketed almost 587%.
Yeah, absolutely. And then come fiscal 2025, where revenue more than doubled to $131 billion, even though EPS dipped to about 294. It's like wow, the AI-centric data center segment really drove those numbers, jumping by 142% to a record 115 billion.
Yep, right. And it's interesting how despite growth decelerating a bit from triple digit to lower, but still eye-popping 70% year over year in the latest quarter, it still signals strong fundamentals.
Absolutely. Yeah, the market's been a bit jittery though, hasn't it? With the stock dropping about 26% since its peak, some folks are wondering if it's a price correction or a sign of future headwinds.
True. Exactly. But here's the kicker. Even with that drop, the underlying demand for AI keeps ramping higher, especially given the $315 billion big tech spending plan for servers and data centers.
That's a solid point. Right, and Nvidia is squarely at the center of that, supplying chips that power so many AI applications. It's sort of like they're the backbone of the digital transformation wave.
Yeah, definitely. But I'd also say there's a bit of caution to be had. The biggest potential risk is if AI adoption, which is currently fueling NVIDIA's rocket ride, suddenly stalls or reverses.
True, true. I mean, what if the growth narrative isn't sustainable? The fear is that if AI spending plateaus, Nvidia's stellar growth could hit
Absolutely
a
right.
wall.
And there's also competition brewing. Rivals like AMD, Intel, Microsoft, and TSM are always cooking up innovations. And then there's the chatter about novel AI approaches like DeepSeek's claim. That could potentially disrupt NVIDIA's current stronghold if it pans out.
I've seen that too. Although, frankly, reports on DeepSeek's cost break advantages have been largely debunked, right?
Right, but still, the possibility of any breakthrough keeping NVIDIA on its toes is real. Yes, exactly. And that's what makes this whole scenario really fascinating. Long term investors seem to not be overly phased by short term volatility, which kind of reinforces their confidence in NVIDIA's fundamentals.
Yeah, that's the take. Yet I'm a bit curious. Don't you think that this volatility might scare off some risk averse investors? I mean, a 26% plunge doesn't come lightly, right?
It can. That's a valid concern, but it's also an opportunity. The market often overreacts to short term noise, leaving room for those who can see the big picture, like NVIDIA's incredible growth in AI revenue.
Right on, I get that. It's like when a storm passes and the cleanup reveals how strong the foundation really was. NVIDIA's strong data center demand and aggressive innovation seem to be that foundation.
Exactly. For sure. And with plans to grow AI networking and expanding to sovereign foreign governments, NVIDIA is diversifying revenue streams to lessen its dependence on traditional cloud spending.
Yeah, that diversification is key. So, wrapping it up, while there are risks, such as potential slowdown in AI adoption or stiff competition, the overall growth trajectory and huge investment in AI infrastructure make NVIDIA a compelling long term play.
Right, indeed. Couldn't have said it better. It's a fascinating case study on how, even amidst volatility, the game plan remains strong if you have the right fundamentals and market positioning.
Absolutely, spot on. Well, that's a wrap on our deep dive into NVIDIA's update. Thanks for chatting through all those key points with me.
Yeah, thanks for the insightful discussion.